The fact that BBYO started 100 years ago in Omaha, Nebraska, in some ways is mind-blowing, and in other ways it makes perfect sense.
My friends all think it's awesome, and I'm like, yeah, I'm from Nebraska, maybe it's just Omaha, but it's this where BBYO was started.
I think it's definitely put Omaha, Nebraska on the map.
The fact that it started in Omaha doesn't surprise me. The fact that it is as big as it is, in spite of starting in Omaha, Nebraska, is what surprises me.
Can't tell you how important BBYO was to me.
BBYO has always believed in the importance of every voice.
I remember very vividly walking in here as a 14-year-old, leaving here feeling a little bit more like an adult.
It was just the best time of my life.
I've never felt more welcomed into a group than I was at BYO.
This has just been going on for so long, and it's just crazy that I get to be involved in it.
When you're a teen and you tell people that you're in Mother Chapter, AZA #1, that does mean something. People are immediately drawn to you.
I love that it started in Omaha. It is a great sense of pride. It felt that way when I was there, but I will have to say, with sons having been involved, they didn't have a sense of what that meant until they went to conventions and met AZA members from all over the country, and everyone said, "You really are from the first chapter?"
I wasn't there 25 years earlier to see how it started, but it was our life, AZA. Through AZA, I became involved in the Federation, and I probably would not have done that otherwise.
This is a very close Jewish community we have in Omaha, Nebraska, and I think everybody has been able to find a place by being a part of one of these organizations. I'm proud of the kids today that this has kept going. We're doing something right here in the Midwest.
I met a lot of kids that became my friends in the AZA to this very day.
Forever friends, because that's what I found in BBYO, and that was the greatest gift it ever gave me. Cost nothing, but it meant everything.
Whether it be in business, on a board, or you name it, some of these leadership skills are directly transferable to adulthood, things that I wouldn't have if it wasn't for BBYO.
Seeing the old photos is definitely something that I can't even get my head around.
To think that 14 boys in Central High School in Omaha, Nebraska could start this organization is just crazy.
And looking back at them, I kind of want to speak to them, being like, you have no idea what you've created.
Please welcome Chaim Weizmann, AZA 1510 alum, and our Steinberg JCC Executive Director, Mark Martin.
This isn't on the script, but the other morning, a few weeks ago, Bob asked me to his office before anyone was here. He hands me a box of Kleenex when I go in there, and we got to watch this. And then you saw two grown men crying their eyes out, talking about our times in AZA. In 1974, I was a senior in high school and had the privilege of speaking at the 50th anniversary celebration of BBYO as a member of Chaim Weizmann AZA 1510. As I stand here today, I am reminded of that speech. It's incredible to think that the words I spoke then could be echoed today, reflecting the timeless impact BBYO has had on my life. BBYO, and specifically AZA, has been a cornerstone for me, a source of connection to my faith and to a network of remarkable individuals. BBYO gave me the opportunity to immerse myself in Judaism, fostering a sense of belonging and purpose. I met some of the most incredible people, forming lifelong friendships and creating memories that I hold dear. It's nearly impossible for me to fully convey what BBYO and AZA mean to me. The experiences and values they have instilled are immeasurable. Like many of us in attendance, tonight, BBYO extends many generations in our families. From my father to myself to my 2 children, BBYO membership is a family tradition. Additionally, my daughter served as the Omaha director for 5 years. And now, under the outstanding leadership of BBYO CEO Matt Grossman, I see that same spirit and dedication continuing to thrive. Matt has guided BBYO for the last 20 years with a vision that honors its rich legacy while inspiring the next generation. I first had the pleasure of meeting Matt 10 years ago when he visited Omaha upon AZA's 90th anniversary. We are indeed fortunate to have him here with us tonight. Please join me in welcoming Matt Grossman back to Omaha.
Mark, thank you so much. That's deeply touching, and to be mentioned anywhere near one's own child is a true honor, maybe the truest. It's wonderful to be here again. I was in this same room this past August where the BBYO rituals, the AZA and BBG rituals, were conducted to install the 99th Grand Board of the Aleph Tzadik Aleph, as well as the 79th Board of the B'nai B'rith Girls. And what I know some of you may have been here that night as well. It was such a special moment for the organization to be in Omaha where it all began. But what you may not know is the next night, I believe it was the second day after school had started, the entire group of 140 teens from around the world in the next evening went over to Central High School. And they got a tour of the high school. They saw the Hall of Fame at the high school. They touched the plaques honoring the Monskis, the Biebers, and afterward, they joyfully ran out onto the football field singing Up You Men and doing the songs and chants that probably were originated here in Omaha, Nebraska so many years beforehand. And, obviously, a lot has happened since that August time in our Jewish community, and those teens, those 140, dispersed to communities around the world to take on the leadership roles that they had committed themselves to. And then October 7th happened, and it was a tragic moment, obviously, and not just for Israeli teens, but for young people around the world. And the Jewish teens in BBYO, that moment led to a moment of response for them. And the response came in many different ways. Many of them took to writing. And in fact, if you look at our website, the Shofar, which is BBYO's traditional newspaper, is now a digital piece which is kept online. There are scores of articles by teens from around the world just emoting, sharing what it meant to be a Jew at that moment. They also raised money. They raised nearly $100,000 to support families displaced from the Gaza envelope who were staying at the Maccabi Zaire Youth Village outside of Tel Aviv. They wrote letters to soldiers. They reached out to their friends in Israel. And they also came together. They came together at regional conventions all over the world, more than 10,000 of them last fall. They participated in these weekend retreats where they sang together, danced together, celebrated Shabbat together. And then our largest event of the year, International Convention in February, 3,700 teens from across the globe came together for more of that Jewish joy and acknowledgement of the evil that also existed in the world. And it all started on May 3rd, in 1924, in Omaha, Nebraska. All that I just mentioned wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for this place, this community, this part of the world, AZA, Mother Chapter, #1. And I want to thank this incredible community. The descendants of those 14 young men, of Sam Bieber, of Henry Monsky, I'm sure are in the room tonight. I want to thank you for giving birth to a movement which throughout the last 100 years has shown hundreds of thousands of Jewish teens that they're not alone. It's given me a purpose for the last 20 years of my life, and I owe that to this community as well. You've shown that it's not just enough to be there for each other in dark times, but to show the world that there is, in good times, our community as Jews can create things that bring joy to each other's lives and to other people's lives. That's what this JCC represents, a place of joy, a place of community. That's what Jewish Federation is all about, supporting our efforts to make this world a better place. And for the young people in BBYO, tens of thousands of them across the globe, we owe it all to you. And I just can't thank you enough for what this community has done to make this movement real for the last 100 years. Thank you. And in, I believe there's a piece of art in a magnificent JCC full of beautiful art, including the exhibit to BBYO outside of these walls, which was deeply touching. The BBYO family wanted to leave behind something for this place honoring BBYO's 100th year. It's a menorah. It's a one-of-a-kind piece from Gary Rosenthal, an artist in the Washington, D.C. area. And we're deeply honored to have a little piece of this movement remain here in Omaha on this wonderful year. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Matt, and thank you, Mark. Matt, thank you for the beautiful piece of Judaica, which celebrates the power of BBYO, and everybody will get to see it out in the Eisenberg Art Gallery tonight after the program. Welcome, friends, to the Jewish Federation of Omaha Awards Night and Annual Meeting. My name is Bob Goldberg, and I am a proud alum of the Mother Chapter AZA #1. And I have the honor of serving as the CEO of your Jewish Federation. Tonight we come together to honor the accomplishments of the past year, adding a new chapter to our 120 years of doing good and important work for Jewish Omaha and the Jewish world. Tonight is less celebratory than past years as we continue to pray for peace and the speedy return of all the hostages. Through our Jewish Federation, we can more intimately connect to one another in pursuit of our purpose, to care for and about each other. We connect as Jews here in Omaha and with the global Jewish community. We're mishpacha, we're family. We celebrate together, and we struggle, and we hurt together. As members of this global Jewish family, we are connected by a shared history, a culture, a religion, a language, and a homeland. We are blessed to live in Omaha, Nebraska. We benefit from generations of generosity who have built all that we enjoy today. We cannot take it for granted. We cannot take it for granted. We must continue to work together to invest in ourselves and each other and our Jewish institutions to ensure that all that we cherish will be here for generations. In just a few minutes, we will install our new Jewish Federation of Omaha Governing Board and hear from our board chair, Nancy Schlesinger. We'll dedicate the majority of our time tonight to celebrating the amazing volunteers that move us forward. Tonight's program is scheduled to run about an hour and a half, so get comfortable and let's get started. It is now my honor to introduce JFO Board Chair Nancy Schlesinger. Before I ask Nancy to come out, I want to extend my gratitude to her, not only for her outstanding dedication to our cause, but also for her leadership, which has led to Nancy being honored this year with the Kipnis Wilson Friedland Award. You might ask, what is this award? Well, the Kipnis Wilson Friedland Award is given every 2 years by the Jewish Federations of North America to a Lion of Judah who exemplifies the highest standards in philanthropy and volunteerism. Nancy joins a very, very special group of Omaha women who have been recognized with this national honor, including Maxine Kirschenbaum, Zoe Reiches, Ann Shackman, Dorothy Reiches of blessed memory, Nancy Noddle, Jan Schneiderman, Patty Nog, Stacy Rockman, Sharon Kirschenbaum, And now we add to this very special list Nancy Schlesinger. Please welcome your JFO Board Chair, Nancy Schlesinger.
Thank you, Bob, for those kind words. Good evening, friends. It is truly an honor to serve as board chair of the Jewish Federation of Omaha. Our JFO board, advisory board, volunteers, donors, and staff all are dedicated to pursuing our mission to build and sustain a strong and vibrant Jewish community and to support Jews in Israel and all over the world. We can be proud of the work that we do here every day. One of my personal goals as board chair is to enhance the ability to connect our members with one another, help to building strong, lasting relationships, and strengthen our community. One of the ways we help bring people together is through our multiple programs and initiatives that we create and host each year. I have seen so many stellar events this year, ranging from the Concert of Lights with Maestro Francesco Latoro, led by Susie Cohn, to the Willisden Lane event at the Holland Performing Arts Center, and the recent Yom HaShoah Memorial with Avi Wisnia, who presented so beautifully. These remarkable experiences would be a capstone event for a community any size. That they happened in Omaha and were among so many other high-quality programs is remarkable. These are impactful, even life-changing events for so many people and truly worth attending. Please consider attending an upcoming program, even if it's not something that you would frequently come to. And bring a friend. It may spark or ignite a passion for Judaism. Our annual meeting program this evening recognizes volunteer leadership in our community, the 100-year celebration of BBYO, which began right here in Omaha, and hearing from Rabbi Joseph Telushkin, our first annual Tapestry Scholar. Rabbi Telushkin is here for 10 days to share his wisdom on Jewish ethics, values, and learning. I want to thank my friend Joel Alperson for spearheading this idea of bringing Rabbi Telushkin to Omaha. As you read in your annual report that you received when you came in tonight, you will learn how our community's investment in time, energy, and financial resources is making an impact on the lives of so many community members. While taking on my board responsibilities last year, a past president said to me, you know, something significant is going to happen during your time as president. Never would I have imagined, several months later, that we would witness the barbaric atrocities of October 7th in Israel, followed by the ongoing war. 2 days later, on October 9th, our community gathered together in this very space to express solidarity with Israel and with each other. Our community has raised more than $1.1 million for Israel emergency relief, supporting lifeline services for those impacted on October 7th, medical and trauma relief, economic relief and recovery, community resistance, and rebuilding efforts. In November, I was proud to be among 30 of our community members who were in Washington, D.C. for the National March for Israel, which took place on the National Mall. Organized by the Conference of Presidents of American Jewish Organizations, along with our parent organization, Jewish Federations of North America, this solidarity event was predicted to draw a crowd of about 60,000 attendees, yet ended up with nearly 300,000 people. The day was impactful, meaningful, sad, but a beautiful way to come together as a national Jewish community. Recently, our CEO, Bob Goldberg, and I represented Omaha on a solidarity mission trip to our partnership region in the north of Israel, only 6 kilometers from the Lebanese border. It was an incredible time where so many people in the Western Galilee expressed their gratitude for the solidarity and assistance that our community provides them. All of you should feel proud, as you deserve credit for helping to make a difference in the lives of our friends and family in Israel during such difficult times. While the war in Gaza and outbursts of anti-Semitism have occupied our thoughts, the full breadth of our work continues full speed ahead, and here are a couple of special things I would like to recognize from this past year. We appreciate Richard Heyman's leadership, stewarding the Governance Committee over the past many years with its recommendations to streamline our management structure, empowering our professional staff to manage the ever-growing business, while providing key roles for our volunteers to provide input, advice, and oversight. We just wrapped up our second cohort of Yoel, Young Omaha Emerging Leaders. One of the program's goals is to bring together and empower potential future volunteer leaders for the many Jewish Omaha nonprofit organizations and synagogues. Yoel is helping to unlock the potential for innovation, positive change, and stronger community collaboration. The feedback from the 2 Yoel cohorts has been excellent. The second cohort just wrapped up in mid-May. There was great excitement at the conclusion, and I love seeing the bonds building between future leaders of our Jewish community happening right here before my eyes. At the start of this evening's program, you watched a short video celebrating the impact that BBYO has made on our community members. You will hear more of the same throughout the evening. A special shout out goes to our Nebraska Jewish Historical Society, now an agency of our federation. Many of the photographs in the video and in the exhibit in the gallery tonight are from their archives. We have so much to be proud of on the Steinberg Cooper Feldman campus. This year saw the opening of the beautiful Milton Mendel and Marcia Kleinberg Jewish Omaha Heritage Center. The Steinberg Omaha JCC recently began play on 5 beautiful new pickleball courts in the Alan J. Levine Athletic Facility. The Rose Blumkin Jewish Home renovation is happening, along with fundraising for their expansion. Jewish Family Services is reorganizing to meet the needs of our community members, and so much more. We invite you to learn what we are doing on this campus, across the community, across the globe. We encourage you and invite you to please get involved. I would like to thank our Jewish Federation for presenting me the Kipnis Wilson Friedland Award. The special award is presented by the Jewish Federations of North America to a Lion of Judah who exemplifies the highest standards in philanthropy and volunteerism. When I received the call from Jen Tompkins and Rachel Ring, I was humbled. It is a tremendous honor. I am so grateful to be a part of this Omaha Jewish community, where the possibilities of what we can do together are limitless. Again, I am deeply, deeply honored by this acknowledgement and award. Thank you. At this time, we will now install our 2024-2025 Jewish Federation of Omaha Board of Directors. If you are present, please stand as I call your name and remain standing. Mike Abramson, Betsy Baker, Toba Cohn-Dunning, Shane Cohn, Ron Feldman, David Finkelstein, Joe Fisher, Margie Gutnick, Jill Eidelman, Gloria Kaslow, Sharon Kirschenbaum, Lisa Lukoff, Michael Miller, Shana Ray, Stacy Rockman, Joseph Siegel, Seth Schuckman, Norm Sheldon, Justin Spooner, Jeff Zachariah, past board chair Mike Siegel, myself, Nancy Schlesinger, as chair. I would like to personally thank each of you for your commitment and your dedication to our community. I'm also so excited to announce this evening that Ron Feldman is our board chair-elect and will succeed me after next year's annual meeting. Let us please honor and affirm the election of these individuals to the Board of Directors of the Jewish Federation of Omaha with your applause. You may be seated. Thank you. It is now my honor to present the first award of the evening, the Community Service Award. This award recognizes a program that is creative, innovative, fosters Jewish cultural, religious, educational, or social purposes. This year's award for community service goes to the Concert of Lights with Maestro Francesco Latoro. The program was a melding of high-quality musical performance, Holocaust education, and philanthropy. While there were 3 separate events between May 2nd and 4th, 2023, each event brought together Maestro Latoro and guest singers to perform this special music. The program culminated with Maestro Latoro performing with the Omaha Symphony for a sold-out audience at Temple Israel with over 600 community members, inspired by the story of the lost concentration area music and the humanity behind it. I invite you to turn your attention to the screen for an exclusive clip of one of the performances at Temple. This program was a dream of Susie's, having first seen Maestro Latoro in 60 Minutes in 2019. She learned of his story of saving the music from the Holocaust and was passionate about bringing the maestro and his rediscovered music to Omaha. Susie put an incredible team together to plan the event, all who were excited and inspired to be a partner in the project of saving the music of the Holocaust. Susie led the full committee, including the fundraising, and planned 3 different concerts for 3 different audiences. It was a great honor for Omaha to host such a special event. Through the mode of music and storytelling led by Temple Israel's cantor Joanna Alexander, new aspects of the Holocaust came into view in a memorable way. A recording of the final concert has been created, and the Omaha Symphony, in collaboration with our own Institute for Holocaust Education, is incorporating pieces from the concert to include for future Holocaust education curriculum for our Nebraska students. Again, thank you for your trust in me. I am deeply honored to be your chair. Congratulations, Susie.
Thank you. I am very honored to accept this award for the Community Service Award from the Jewish Federation of Omaha. About 2019, I had a vision. I was watching CBS program 60 Minutes. That's where Francesco Latoro played his music. The story was so amazing about him. He had been doing it for over 30 years when I saw this, and he has written over 8,000 pieces, finished them if he had to, put words to them, whatever had to be done to make them absolutely beautiful. And the Concert of Light presented beautiful melodies composed by concentration camp victims who were imprisoned during the Holocaust. In the midst of an unimaginable horror, the gifted musicians found brief moments of joy in composing songs and symphonies in their minds or recording them on notes on whatever kind of material they could find and smuggling them out of the camps. One gentleman actually actually remembered 673 music pieces in his mind until he was not killed because they liked his music, but on the other hand, he remembered it all, and the minute he got out, was free from the camps, he started writing it all down. We were able to pay the costs through generous donations to this publication, to this production together. It was offered to the public at no charge, and we tried to get people from all over the city of Omaha to come to this, which was really amazing because we ended up getting that done, that job done. The donations will aid in the donations that we did receive are going to the, actually Francesco Latoro has a nonprofit in Italy, and without the help of the Jewish Federation, the National Jewish Federation of Nebraska, not Nebraska, of the United States, we could have never moved the money from one charity to another. It took months, 6-7 months to know that we could do this. Nothing was easy, but everything got done. The compositions will permanently be encased in a museum that the Italian government is building in Barletta, Italy. The exhibits will memorialize the millions of lives lost in the concentration camps. But, of course, we had to stop planning for 2 years because of COVID. And you know the saying, it takes a village. I think this dream became, it takes a whole city and beyond. People left the auditorium in tears and saying that the concert changed their lives. One musician in the orchestra was so overcome with emotion, he said this was out of 700 concerts he had played, the most moving concert that he had ever played. Thank you so much to Cantor Alexander, who took care of all of the music with the help of the Omaha Symphony, who did an outreach program to play for our last concert. Jennifer Baumgarten and Liz Kendall Weiser from the Omaha Symphony were so instrumental in helping with this project. I also want to thank my dear friend Sherry Hess for all the help she gave me. It was amazing. The Jewish Federation of Omaha, including the outreach program, the foundation chairman, Amy Shivers, Jen Tompkins, and Margot Parso, and the rest of their team are amazing. They can plan anything. I also want to thank Temple Israel, Tri-Faith, the Omaha Symphony Assistants, and anyone who helped on this project. It was at least way over 100 people that did help. The Omaha Symphony, as we already heard, recorded the last performance with the maestro and the Omaha Symphony playing, and the 4 singers that came from Italy. And Cantor Alexander at the same time spoke about the composers of the several pieces of music so people could get an understanding of who they were. And IHE will be making learning materials to add to this, all the movies that we did have made. And I want to thank everyone that made this concert an incredible success. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was a pleasure and a joy, and especially my family who put up with me for all those years in and out trying to get it done. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, and thank you so much, Susie, for making the beautiful, beautiful concert of lights possible. Now, please welcome MZ Yoshana, BBG alum and past international president of BBYO, Andy Gordman, and her brother, AZA 100 alum, Jay Gordman. And Bob and Ellie, are you here somewhere?
They are.
Welcome back to town, Bob and Ellie.
Before we present tonight's Teen Leadership Award in honor of this year's Spotlight on 100 Years of BBYO, I'd like to share a few personal reflections. When I think back to my time in BBYO, two distinct memories came up. My first memory was the summer before my freshman year of high school. I was invited to a rush party. I had no interest in attending this event, but my mom said, "You should go. It'll be fun." And like most teenage girls, I put up a huge fight, and like most mothers, she won the battle, and I attended the event. Fast forward to the summer after my senior year of high school. In 1985, I was elected as the International Nicaea. I deferred my freshman year at Boston University and spent the year traveling the world promoting BBYO. My brother, my sidekick, was also very involved in BBYO at the chapter and regional level, but I don't remember him putting up a fight like I did. There are so many memories I could talk about during those 5 years, but I know we have limited time. On behalf of Jay and me, I can definitely say that at the time, we had no idea that we were learning leadership skills, project management skills, making lifelong friends, and connecting to our Jewish identities. Our time in BBYO significantly impacted our personal and professional lives. We have both been involved in the Omaha Jewish community. Being competitive, we were both synagogue presidents during the same years. The dinner time was fun those years. We both have excelled professionally. Jay owns a marketing business, and I'm a vice president of human resources. This community and our time in BBYO helped shape the people we have become, and we are forever grateful. Now we would like to present the Robert and Ellen Gordman Jewish Teen Leadership Award to two deserving young women, both active in their BBYO chapters.
This award is presented to teens who have demonstrated exceptional commitment to the community and proven leadership ability. Tonight, we recognize two outstanding young people for their contributions to our Jewish community, Eva Bloom and Adria Tipp. Unfortunately, Eva is not able to be here tonight. She is on the job as a counselor at Camp Sabra. Let's learn about Eva anyway. So Eva is the daughter of Sarah Kellen and Ken Bloom. Since joining BBYO, Eva has been an advocate for the organization and has been responsible for additional members joining BBYO from Lincoln. She also helped spearhead a program that brought Omaha teens to Lincoln to help promote the organization. This was the first time in many years that a BBY program was held in Lincoln, and it was all led by Eva's determination to spread her passion for BBYO to her local community. Eva has coordinated multiple regional conventions, planning fun and meaningful Jewish programs. Locally, she has held multiple leadership positions that have strengthened our council and her chapter. Last year, Eva declared her candidacy for BBYO's International Board for the position of International Shlicha. This is a significant leadership commitment that no one from our local council has made in many years, probably since you. When asked why she wanted to pursue this role, Eva said she wanted to take the passion she developed in BBYO and bring it to the international stage. She wants to show that someone from a small Jewish community can still make an impact and inspire teens in this global movement. While Eva was not elected to this position, she was ready, willing, and had the courage and determination to accept the enormous responsibility that would have come with this role. She also showed her friends that they too can lead in big ways. We are proud of Eva for her impact she has had on her chapter and her passion to spread the BBYO movement to her Lincoln community.
Now we'd like to invite Adria Tipp to come to the stage.
Congratulations. She was nominated by both Jacob Getzler, Teen Program Director for BBYO, and Rabbi Barrison of Temple Israel. As one of the only few Jewish teens in her school, Adria has said that she feels comfortable and reconnected to her Jewishness when she is involved in BBYO. Other members took a look up to Adria for direction, leadership, and overall support in their BBYO experience. As president this year, Adria led by example and worked to make her chapter successful. She has also been preparing the next group of teen leaders to take over the chapter. Adria creates an inclusive environment with her board and pushes them to be the best they can be. Since the events of October 7th, Adria has been an advocate for Israel in her chapter, ensuring the rest of the members feel like BBYO is the place where they can share their feelings and opinions in a safe and welcoming space. While she will share her own feelings and thoughts, Adria understands that there's a time for her to listen, support her friends, and make everyone's voices heard. During Adria's high school career, she confronted incidents of overt public anti-Semitism with grace that few demonstrate. She acted with courage, conviction, and integrity, working with school administration to transform those painful moments into teaching opportunities. Her resiliency and determination to use her voice to advocate for herself and fellow students is inspiring. Congratulations, Adria. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Adria and Eva. It is now my pleasure to introduce Jen Tompkins, Executive Director of Philanthropy and Engagement, and Rachel Ring, Director of Development. Rachel and Jen.
Okay.
I'm Jen.
And I'm Rachel Ring. Thank you all for being here tonight. We're going to take a look back at our very, very busy year, but we can't do that without first talking about October 7th and the substantial support that all of you gave to the people of Israel through the Israel Emergency Campaign. In addition to your annual campaign pledges, you gifted more than $1 million to the Israel Emergency Campaign. We're incredibly proud of the generous contributions you gave in their time of sustained crisis. Your dollars went to support medical and trauma relief, lifeline services, economic relief and recovery, and rebuilding and community resilience.
In addition to that essential support for the people of Israel, we thank you for supporting the Jewish Federation of Omaha's 2024 annual campaign. With our enthusiastic and creative campaign chairs, the Tip family, and our passionate, spirited community of solicitors, we raised over $3.2 million, and that will go towards sustaining the good work we do here and abroad. You donated both the $1 million for the Israel Emergency Campaign and the $3.2 million for the annual campaign at the very same time. That's an incredible accomplishment and speaks to the power and the generosity of the Omaha Jewish community.
Indeed. We would like to honor the Tip family for their work on behalf of our entire community. I took off my glasses, so I don't know where you guys are, but if the Tip family would stand up and let us give you a big round of applause. Thank you. Thank you all. And now, if you worked on behalf of the 2024 annual campaign in any capacity as a solicitor, please stand up and let us thank you. There are a lot of people standing, and we thank each and every one of you for helping make Jewish Omaha thrive. Oh, still me. And now, not looking back, but looking ahead, let's move on to 2025. It is with immense pleasure that we introduce to you our new 2025 annual campaign theme, Here for Good. And our new annual campaign chairs, please help me in welcoming the Phillips family. Julie and Dr. Eric Phillips, Sherry and David Phillips, Lily Phillips and her new husband, Brett Castanado. We look forward to working with you all as together we ensure a vibrant and robust Jewish community that embraces all who touch our community.
When you leave here tonight, you'll be getting an annual campaign, Save the Date. But as a teaser, I'm going to let you know that we'll be holding the community kickoff event on Sunday, September 22nd, on our brand new pickleball courts. We'll be celebrating all things sports with this year's keynote speakers, Linda Cohn from ESPN and Ken Rosenthal from The Athletic and Major League Baseball on Fox. Here's a quick hello from Ken.
Hello, Omaha. I am so excited to be making my first trip to Nebraska for your annual campaign kickoff event on September 22nd. We'll talk about pickleball, the Huskers, the College World Series, anything you'd like. Looking forward to it.
So that'll be fun. Yeah. Okay. And now we'd like to show you a few of the amazing programs that we have been honored to host this year, thanks to your generosity. Yeah, as you can see, it was a pretty amazing year. And now it's our pleasure to present the Agency Volunteer of the Year Awards. Every year, it's a privilege to honor those of you in our community who give of themselves to make Jewish Omaha the best that it can be. Our agency volunteers are the backbone of our organization, those who work diligently alongside our professional staff, not for the recognition of their love, but for their love of our shared mission. When your name is called, please join us on stage to receive your award, and please remain on stage until we've recognized all of our volunteers so that we can take a group picture.
The Jewish Federation of Omaha is the hub of Jewish communal life in Omaha. Our family of agencies represent a broad range of services for people of every life stage, and the Federation provides the structure, organization, and funding to make it all possible under one roof. For our 2023 Volunteer of the Year, the Federation is proud to honor Richard Heyman.
Richard is the chair of the JFO Governance Committee and has over 35 years of experience building and implementing business strategies for entrepreneurial endeavors and large public enterprises. For the past 6 years, he has guided the Federation through bylaw changes that have enhanced the organization's structure and operations. Richard navigated these changes with JFO volunteers and professional staff, acting as a trusted advisor to the board chair and CEO on matters of governance and board structure. He also worked with the JFO governing board to help them operate more effectively for our community. Thank you, Richard, and congratulations.
Together, the Institute for Holocaust Education, under the leadership of Scott Lickey, and the Jewish Community Relations Council, under the direction of Sharon Brodsky, are helping to end bigotry, hate, and anti-Semitism through educating about the Holocaust and genocide, activating local change makers to improve public policy, and promoting early anti-bias education. They are working to make a difference in our world. This year, the IHE and JCRC are recognizing Janie Kulikowski as their Volunteer of the Year.
Janie is the chair of the JCRC's Education and Programming Committee and has been a vital contributor to both the IHE and the JCRC. The success of educational programs offered by both agencies, such as the amazing Williston Reads, have been achieved in no small part through Janie's hard work and dedication. For the JCRC, she has been instrumental in programs such as the Community Conversations and Student to Student. Each of these programs reach a wide range of people in the Jewish and general communities. She also serves as a sounding board for all the new ideas for both agencies. Janie, congratulations, and thank you for all you do to support our community through education.
Every week, the Jewish Press, under the leadership of Annetta Van de Kamp Wright, brings local news to over 2,600 Omaha Metro households and over 250 additional households nationwide. Their digital issue is read the world over in places from South Korea to Brazil. The Jewish Press is one of the few remaining Jewish American publications that prints every week and has been doing continuously since 1920. Digital issues dating back to the early 1950s are available online. Tonight, the Press is honoring its Volunteer of the Year, Margie Gutnick.
As chair of the Jewish Press Advisory Board, Margie has been so engaged, communicating effectively and making herself available anytime she's needed. A St. Louis native, Margie has made Omaha her home by stepping up and putting in the work for this community. In addition to her positions on the Jewish Press and Federation boards, Margie is also active on other boards and committees throughout Jewish Omaha. She has been the recipient of the Lois Jean Schrager Memorial Young Leadership Award, the Phil and Terry Schrager Spirit of Federation Award, and the Bethel Synagogue's President's Award. Thank you, Margie, for all your contributions to the Omaha Jewish community.
The Rose Blumkin Jewish Home, under the leadership of Chris Ulven, is a 5-star skilled nursing care provider with a stellar reputation for offering exceptional care, short-term rehabilitation, and a commitment to the mission of caring for our Jewish community elders. The Rose Blumkin Jewish Home is proud to honor Joe and Tina Myers as this year's Volunteers of the Year.
Joe and Tina have been serving our community through RBJH since January 2022, when the need for volunteers was really at its height. They worked daily with the visitation monitoring and screening process and performed COVID antigen testing. Since then, Joe and Tina have remained committed volunteers, visiting the residents to play games, assisting during special events, and accompanying them to doctor's appointments. During the warmer months, Joe takes residents out for side-by-side bike rides around the campus. Joe and Tina are always willing to jump in where needed and show a great deal of compassion and dedication to the Omaha Jewish community. Thank you for all you do for our residents.
Jewish Family Service, under the leadership of Teresa Drelajars, provides essential services to those in the community who are facing challenges in their lives. Jewish Family Service is proud to honor the JFS Reimagining Committee as this year's Volunteers of the Year. The committee members include Sally Kaplan, Gloria Kaslow, Alan Crixfeld, Marty Finkelpolis, Shayna Ray, Marty Rosen Atherton, Norm Sheldon, and Sonia Tipp.
The JFS Reimagining Committee volunteered many hours of their time and years of combined knowledge and expertise to assess the current services of JFS and analyze the changing needs of our community. Their conclusion was that JFS could become an even greater asset to the Jewish community and to the community at large. The group's input and recommendations were invaluable in creating a plan to expand the scope and services of JFS. Through their vision and foresight, the Reimagining Committee has inspired and supported JFS in carrying out an enhanced mission, both now and well into the future. Thank you all very, very much, and congratulations.
The Nebraska Jewish Historical Society is the newest member of the Jewish Federation's family of agencies. Under the leadership of Jane Rips, NJHS promotes the acquisition, cataloging, and the use of historical materials to preserve the history of the Jewish families who settled in Nebraska and Council Bluffs. NJHS is proud to honor their first volunteers of the year, John Myers and Ben Jessman.
3 years ago, Ben Justman recognized the opportunity afforded by a potential merger with the Federation and initiated conversations to bring this project to fruition. Since the early stages of the merger between NJHS and the JFO, John Myers worked with Ben as leaders of their respective organizations to negotiate a mutually beneficial partnership that will have positive impacts on our community for years to come. The first major initiative of the newly merged organizations, the beautiful Milton Mendel and Marcia Kleinberg Jewish Omaha Heritage Center, was another collaborative effort. John recruited a content committee, including Ben, and together the group curated text, images, and other media that tell the story of Omaha's Jewish history. Ben drafted significant portions of the content and gathered supporting images and artifacts from the NJHS archives. For several years, John worked with the specialists and vendors who were charged with bringing the beautiful Kleinberg Heritage Center to life. The NJHS-JFO merger and the Kleinberg Heritage Center could not have happened without Ben's committed and forward-thinking leadership and John's steadfast devotion to both projects. Congratulations on everything both of you have achieved.
The Steinberg Omaha JCC, under the leadership of Mark Martin, has been the hub of Jewish activity since it opened its doors in 1925. Its programs include early childhood, fitness, summer camp, Kids In, BBYO, aquatics, athletics, dance, theater, and additional programs that serve children, teens, and adults. The JCC's Volunteer of the Year is Doug Heichel.
Doug's connection to the Omaha Jewish community began in high school when Penny Davis offered him a summer job at Greater Omaha Packing. This continued through college, and after graduation, Penny suggested that he apply with the USDA Agricultural Marketing Service. This turned into a 38-year career. After many moves and promotions, Doug and his family eventually returned to Omaha. Saul Davis strongly suggested that their family join the JCC, which they did in 1995. Doug's wife and daughters visited the pool regularly, but his interest was piqued when the new fitness center opened in 1999. Retired now for 13 years, Doug is a dedicated volunteer and one of the JCC's most outspoken advocates. Doug earned the nickname The Mayor from his friend and workout partner, Steve Reikus. Doug attends group exercise classes every morning and returns in the evenings to volunteer at the fitness kiosk, answering member questions, giving directions, and espousing the virtues of being a J member. Thank you.
The mission of the JFO Foundation, under the leadership of Amy Bernstein Shivers, is to help assure the stability and continuity of Jewish life and to support communal services in the Omaha area by establishing and accumulating enduring assets and permanent funding resources. The foundation is proud to honor as their Volunteer of the Year, Steve Block.
Steve joined the foundation board in 1996, serving as president of the foundation from 2003 to 2009. In this role, he oversaw the distribution of over $36 million, primarily within the Omaha Jewish community. Steve was also instrumental in establishing the foundation as a separate supporting foundation entity benefiting the JFO. The foundation board established the Steve Block President's Fund as an expression of appreciation for his service and a testament to the crucial role he played providing valuable legal counsel and contributing to major gifts. We are thankful that Steve continues to serve on the foundation board, sharing his vast knowledge and experience. Congratulations. And before you return to your seats, we'd like to have you all pose for a picture.
To all who volunteer on this campus, thank you. Your time, dedication, and continuing commitment on behalf of the JFO and the agencies is the energy that drives us to accomplish our mission. Thank you and congratulations on this well-deserved honor.
Thank you, Jen and Rachel, and thank you to all of the agency volunteers of the year: Richard, Janie, Margie, Joe, Tina, Sally, Gloria, Alan, Marty, Shayna, Marty, Norm, Sonia, John, Ben, Doug, and Steve. Now repeat that back to me. No, not gonna happen. Now please welcome to the stage Ner Tamid BBG alum Lori Sullivan and AZA1 alum Josh Sullivan.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. As we celebrate 100 years of BBYO tonight, I'd like to take a moment to share my own experience. Some of my favorite memories from high school were at BBYO chapter meetings or regional events. I was so fortunate to have incredible role models in AZA1 that set an amazing example for me and taught me the importance of making a difference in the community. I made many lifelong friends who continue to share the passion for being the next generational leaders. I'm honored to be here tonight with my mom to present the Bruce Feldman Memorial Young Leadership Award in memory of my uncle, who I'm also named after. I know many of his friends, and there are no doubt that he would have been a huge part of the Jewish Omaha community. This award is given annually to honor a young man who has demonstrated personal commitment, dedicated involvement, and extreme leadership throughout the Jewish and general community. I'm happy to present this award to Yosef Siegel.
Yosef sits on the board of the Rose Blumkin Jewish Home and the JFO, and last month he began his term as president of Beth Israel. Yosef is also a senior member of the Chevra Kadisha, the Holy Society responsible for ensuring deceased Jews are buried according to tradition. His steady, strong volunteer work provides a prime example of the importance of involvement and dedication to the continuation of the Jewish community. His knowledge and willingness to step up and help with any task makes him an integral member of the community and an inspiring leader. Yosef, we are happy that you and your family chose to make Omaha your home. Thank you for all you do, and congratulations.
Shalom, Omaha. First and foremost, I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize the Feldman family for their vision in memory of their beloved son and brother Bruce to elevate and nurture nascent talent in the Omaha Jewish community with the goal of actualizing the potential for leadership development. I also want to express my gratitude to the committee for selecting me, as well as to acknowledge the many other worthy candidates who I'm sure deserve this accolade just as much. Additionally, I appreciate the individual who took the time to nominate me for this honor. Finally, I want to thank my family, my wife Sarah and daughter Ella, for generously and unselfishly allowing me to devote myself to various causes. When I found out that I had been chosen to receive this award, I was frankly surprised. For one thing, it's been a while since I thought of myself as young. More to the point, I don't consider myself to be a leader per se. Although I happen to wind up in positions of authority, I don't actively seek them out. I just never refuse to serve when asked. However, I reflect back to a TED Talk I once watched on the subject of leadership. There was a clip showing a group of people standing around listening to music. One person began to dance. The rest of the crowd just looked on. Soon enough, a second started too. This proved a watershed, and ultimately everyone ended up joining in. The narrator made the observation that one might think leadership is about somebody charging ahead first, but in effect, it is those who choose to follow that create a groundswell by demonstrating how to participate in a common endeavor. Similarly, on social media, people can follow other accounts, which promotes the underlying message, gaining access to reach a wider audience. The lesson I take from this is that modeling engagement is also a crucial yet underrated form of leadership, because there can be no real movement without a following. Jewish tradition emphasizes that genuine leadership must evince self-abnegation. If everyone acted as leaders in the conventional sense, it would be counterproductive. So let us instead try to be dedicated followers, to follow the direction of the rabbis, chair of the JFO board, Nancy Schlesinger, as well as our CEO, the inimitable Bob Goldberg. Most importantly, let us strive to rise to the level of followers of God and the Torah. I hope that I can help set an example in this regard, thereby justifying the confidence placed in me. May we all aspire to follow in the path of true leadership and to inspire others in turn to share in a collective purpose for the benefit of Jewish Omaha and the entire community of Israel. Thank you, and have a great evening.
Please welcome to the stage Tim Schrager, another alum from BBYO chapter Chaim Weitzman 1510.
Josh, I think you were supposed to announce me to come up, yeah, but thanks. Good evening. I'm Tim Schrager. I think I probably came the farthest of anyone in the room to be here tonight. Just landed from Atlanta an hour ago. Thank you. Now, for the past 4 years or so, I've been honored to be a virtual award presenter at this gathering, videoing it in, as they say. So I've had friends send me text messages of my picture on this big screen while I'm doing the presentation. So it's nice to be here in person this year. Yes, thanks. And before I get started with the award presentation, I'd like to add to the comments about BBYO at 100. So you're going to have to indulge me because I did come a long way and got some memories to share. So when BBYO was a mere 54 years old, I joined Chaim Weitzman, and we had lots of fun. We played sports, we learned a lot, had a lot of great experiences, and this is just really kind of mind-blowing. We formed a band. We competed in the BBYO Talent Contest. Little known fact, as with many bands, we needed a bass player, desperately. And my best friend, Bruce Feldman, who I believe had very limited experience playing a ukulele, offered to step in. I spent hours with him in his bedroom teaching him how to play the bass, and he learned 4 songs. He had no idea what he was playing. He just had his head down, played the notes, and he memorized these 4 songs and came out on this very stage and nailed it. That's him down on the far end. He's playing my older brother's bass guitar. That's me in my hospital get-up next to him. You can't really see if anyone remembers Alex Miller. He was our drummer. Yeah, there you go. Marty Rips, lead singer. And Marty Rosen was probably standing right where I am, and he was the only guy in the band that didn't have a wardrobe consultant. I don't know. Anyway, the interesting thing about the performance was that we got disqualified from the contest. I do not have time nor the desire to tell you all the story why, but we got reinstated the next day and got a trophy. So yeah, there you go. Thank you. So as members of Chaim Weitzman, though, we learned how to sell advertisements, okay, primarily to our parents, and do the creative work to assemble ad books. And this was the cover for one of our ad books that we used to raise money so we could throw extravagant parties. We rented a venue, we booked live music, we worked up a dinner menu, we decorated, we hired a photographer, we got dates. That was probably the most challenging part for some of us. This was on David Galinsky's rooftop. This was our senior year. That's me with the crazy hat, Dan Rochman in the middle, Bruce Feldman with the binoculars, and David, maybe he was the one that didn't have the wardrobe consultant in this one. I'm not sure. And of course, our theme was a view from the top, and that was, the Galinskys had a great view from their rooftop. Anyway, so, basically everything we learned, they turned out to be very practical skills. It was basically everything you need to know to plan a wedding or something. So it turned out to be very useful. But in the end, as has been already said by others tonight, BBYO's lasting impact on our lives can best be measured by our dedication to our Jewish community and the friendships that we made that have lasted decades and are still going strong today. So I thank those founders of BBYO for having the foresight to put that organization together that we all benefited from. Okay, Lois Jean Schrager, my mother, was the quintessential volunteer. At a young age, she discovered that giving her own time to those in need, bringing a measure of joy and comfort to others, enriched her own life and helped her grow. Her dream was to continue her formal education so that one day she might become a professional social worker. Unfortunately, she did not live long enough to realize that dream, but her memory lives on. And I'm honored to present the 2023 Lois Jean Schrager Memorial Young Leadership Award to yet another overachiever amongst us, Tori Heisler-Lemick. Like Lois, Tori co-manages a household with her husband, Nick, and their 4 young children, and she is also the CEO of her own business. So keep that in mind as you learn more about Tori's accomplishments. Tori is co-chair of Temple Israel's Caring Community, organizing meal trains, cooking, coordinating a team of volunteers, and personally making visits to congregants that have been hospitalized or are living in the Blumkin home. And for those of us that have had loved ones in these situations, we know how important and uplifting these visits can be. At Temple Israel, Tori has co-chaired several programs and events, and she is also one of the lead coordinators for the Rosh Kodesh program, where she uses her skills to brainstorm ideas and plan events. Tori currently sits on the board of the Brian Smiles Foundation, and she is a volunteer at the Muscular Dystrophy Association, Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, American Cancer Society, Arbor Day Foundation, and the Global Language Network. I'm exhausted just thinking about it, but I guess that's why this award moniker includes the adjective young, because this much volunteerism is not for the faint of heart. Tori, congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and fellow recipients, I'm profoundly honored to stand before you today as the recipient of the Lois Jean Schrager Memorial Young Leadership Award. This recognition is not just a personal achievement, but a testament to the collective spirit of volunteerism and service that defines our local Jewish community. I first have to thank the endeavors of those who have supported and inspired me, from mentors like Sandy Nog and Mindy Marburg, who have provided invaluable guidance and shown me unwavering compassion, to peers like Mandy Mara, who have challenged and inspired me to grow. I am grateful for the network of individuals who have not only encouraged me, but continue to have a profound impact within the Jewish community at large. I also have to thank my extraordinary husband, Nick Lemick, for your unwavering support and encouragement as I receive this award. I have found that volunteerism and service hold a profound significance within the Jewish community, serving as a cornerstone of communal solidarity and collective responsibility. Rooted deeply in Tikkun Olam, volunteerism feels like a tangible expression of my Jewish values and ethics. I have seen how volunteering has created a sense of belonging and unity within the Jewish community, transcending differences in age, background, and affiliation. It creates opportunities for individuals to connect with one another on a deeper level, forging meaningful relationships built on shared values and a common purpose. It empowers individuals to enact positive change, enabling them to address pressing social issues and advocate for causes close to their hearts. I have seen this not only within the spaces that I have volunteered, but at every Jewish event that I have had the opportunity to attend. In our community, we have a rich tapestry of diverse voices and perspectives, and it's through unity and collaboration that young lay leaders like myself are able to fulfill their full potential. In closing, I would like to thank the Jewish Federation and each and every one of you for your unwavering support and belief in the potential of young leaders within our community. I accept this award with humility and a renewed commitment to serving our community with passion and purpose. Let us continue to work together, hand in hand, to create a brighter future for generations to come, L'Dor V'Dor. May we continue to be guided by the timeless values of our Jewish tradition, and may we continue to seek justice, kindness, and compassion in all that we do. Thank you.
Congratulations and thank you, Tori and Yosef. Please welcome Edyar BBG alum Jody Malashak and Raim alum Buzz Malashak.
Good evening. It is our honor and privilege to present the Jody and Neil Malashak Award for Professional Excellence. This award is presented annually to a professional in the Omaha Jewish community who has shown exemplary performance in advancing the mission of their organization. The Jewish Federation of Omaha's Board of Directors has selected as this year's recipient the JFO's own Senior Director of Finance, Richard Godekin. Since joining the JFO staff 28 years ago, Richard has made a significant impact on the Federation and Jewish Omaha. His willingness to go above and beyond in his role underscores a deep investment in the success and well-being of our community. With a background in accounting and business administration, he has demonstrated strong financial stewardship and integrity. His leadership in the nonprofit sector emphasizes sustainability, navigating the complexities between the JFO Foundation and the JFO's diverse programs.
Richard's ability to address the challenges of nonprofits accounting highlights a level of expertise that others in similar roles may aspire to attain. As a leader, he fosters effective teamwork and communication with his department, recognizing the dynamic nature of individuals and promoting collaboration. Richard's problem-solving mindset and resilience in the face of challenges also contribute to a positive work environment where accomplishments are celebrated. Beyond his daily responsibilities, he actively engages with the community, expressing enthusiasm for the diverse crowds that utilize the Steinberg-Cooper-Fellman campus. Richard's contributions have played a crucial role in the success and sustainability of the JFO, making him a valuable asset to the Omaha Jewish community. And on a personal note, I have worked on and off with Richard the last 28 years that he has been with our community. And I always found him very knowledgeable and dedicated to our community. And it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, Richard. So if you'll just come to the stage and accept your award.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you with immense gratitude and humility as a recipient of the Jody and Neil Malashok Award for Professional Excellence. This honor provides the opportunity to recognize the collective dedication and passion of the Omaha Jewish community. It is inspiring to witness the community's selfless contributions of money, time, and passion for the benefit of others. It is heartwarming to see the outcome from the generosity. These endeavors bridge the gap between family and government. Some of the main examples include families who receive assistance of food, lodging, medical care, or transportation when life brings hardship through no fault of their own. Another example is when individuals and families are brought together by sponsored events such as Yom Hazmut or dance recitals, to name just a couple. Thank you, JFO, for letting me see this from the ground level. This makes the job more rewarding than just a paycheck. I want to thank my family, my wife, Wendy, children, Dell, Sarah, and Richie, and grandchildren, Ben and Lily. Grandchildren are great. Thank you for your unwavering support and patience, especially when juggling time between work and family. Since 1996, I've been privileged to be part of the Jewish Federation of Omaha, witnessing the dedication of my colleagues who tirelessly advance our mission. To give them a small piece of the recognition that they deserve, I want to express my heartfelt appreciation to my incredible finance team, Ari, Diamond, Mary, Jocelyn, and Tina. Your unwavering commitment to financial stewardship have been instrumental to our success. To Justin Spooner, who nominated me for this award, and the board of directors for granting me this honor, your trust and confidence motivate us to continue serving our community with dedication and loyalty. To Ron Feldman, our current Audit Committee Chair, and Phil Wolf, our past Audit Committee Chair. Your guidance ensures our financial integrity, and our collaborations have been professionally rewarding and instrumental in addressing the intricate financial challenges. To Bob Goldberg, CEO, and Phil Malcolm, COO, for the support and guidance that you provide. To Annetta, the Jewish press editor who skillfully penned the press article, whose patience, encouragement, and unwavering support have been invaluable, and I am deeply grateful. To Jordana Glazer, who supported me as CFO, and David Knappschneider, who hired me. Your mentorship shaped my journey, and I am forever grateful. To Jody and Neil Malashok, the sponsors of the award, your commitment to recognize excellence in our community is inspirational. Together, we build a stronger, more vibrant community, one where inspiration thrives and positive impact echoes through our generations. As in the past, we currently face challenges. As in the past, we'll conquer these challenges, and as in the past, we'll grow from doing so and will become better for it. Thank you, JFO.
Richard, congratulations on a very well-deserved honor, and thank you for all the long hours that you put in. We are grateful for your exceptional contribution to the Federation, and we are thrilled to honor you tonight. Let me take one extra minute to ask everybody that receives a paycheck for working on this campus to please stand up. You guys all lined up over there. Look at all these guys. Beautiful. You all show up every day to keep this campus clean, running smoothly, engaging community members, raising funds, coordinating programs and services, and making sure that the needs of those whom we serve are always front and center. So thank you to our entire staff. You guys are the best. It is now a very special honor for me to introduce our next speaker. I have gifted his books to leadership groups many times over the years, and he is with us now as our initial scholar for a new annual initiative called Tapestry that aims to inspire and elevate Jewish literacy. Please give a warm Omaha welcome to Rabbi Joseph Telushkin.
Before I start, I want to follow your lead. You just asked everybody who works in the campaign, who draws a salary here from the work that you're doing, to stand. I want to, before I say something, I want to have everybody stand who's ever been a member of BBYO for boys and BBYO for girls. How many of you, please stand, all those of you who have been members. This is very moving, and I'll tell you one of the things that moves me about it. Judaism as a religion and as a peoplehood, because we've always fused the two together, it's the aspect, by the way, of Judaism that's often harder for non-Jews to understand, but that fusion of religion and peoplehood goes back to the first convert in the Bible who's described in some detail or conversion, which is Ruth. I mean, technically, of course, Abraham is the first convert, which means that we all, in a sense, descend from conversion. But when Ruth becomes Jewish, she does so with a four-word declaration in Hebrew that has ever since defined the Jewish religion and people. She says, Amech ami, your people shall be my people, Elohayech Elohai, your God shall be my God. And that really has explained an aspect of Jewish life that many cannot understand, how when bad things are happening to Jews in another country, Jews will get so upset and concerned and involved. I remember years ago I was doing an interview with William Buckley, the famous conservative columnist. And Buckley said, I only hope if you Jews succeed in getting the Jews out of Russia, you'll leave a few Jews behind, so at least American Jewry will go on protesting the anti-Semitism and the oppression of religion in the Soviet Union. And he was very upset that Christians weren't fighting more on behalf of Christians who were suffering as Christians in the Soviet Union. So we have survived for over 3,000 years as a religion and as a people. So much so that we sometimes take our survival for granted. Well, it's good to live in a democracy, but one of the things that happens when you live in a democracy, each generation has to renew its commitment to Jewishness. Because anybody who separates themselves and doesn't feel it can bring it to an end. And one of the important things, obviously, that BBYO has helped, and there are other Jewish organizations that has helped, is help transmit it. The mere fact that so many of you are standing up here, having been impacted by BBYO in your own lives, 100 years after the organization was founded, shows what an enduring impact it has had and what an enduring impact it can continue to have. Obviously, Omaha takes great pride in the fact that it was founded here, and it's something you really should be proud of. Another challenge that occurs to Jews in each generation is, of course, not just a question of survival. We get confronted with new challenges. You know, in my lifetime, I remember I was born in 1948. That makes me 75 because I don't want to have people wasting their time trying to calculate in their head how old I am. I'll be 76 in another few months. But it was a funny line, but now I forgot what point I was making. Oh, yes. No, so I look at the challenges just that have come up in my lifetime. First of all, I remember that tremendously anxiety-filled period in May of 1967, in the weeks preceding the Six-Day War, when it was only 22 years after the end of the Holocaust, and we weren't aware then in America just of how formidable the Israeli army was. And we had tremendous worries. We've had tremendous worries, of course, about Soviet Jewry and getting the Jews out. And these were all causes. Ethiopian Jews. It was funny, I remember when I first started really reading about Ethiopian Jews, you had discussions in the Jewish community. Are they really descended always from being Jews and other things? But it turned out, because they didn't really know Hebrew, the Ethiopian Jews at Amharic and Gez, they had 7 words that they always had in Hebrew. The word names for God, but they had the word goy. Then I figured, oh my, they really sound like Jews. No, it's just so funny that they had transmitted that word. But I don't think we, as a rule, have ever really worried about anti-Semitism in the United States. And that's the new challenge that's going to have to be faced. And we're going to want young people really are going to need to get involved also in this issue, because one of the central places where this anti-Semitism is occurring is on university campuses. I'm not a prophet. There are many reasons I know I'm not a prophet, but one of them is I distinctly recall on October 7th the thought that I had. The world's finally going to understand why Israel fights against terrorism with such passion. The last thing I thought of on October 7th was there's going to now be an upsurge in anti-Semitism. And guess what? That upsurge, despite what some of the anti-Semites will try and convince us of, has nothing to do with the way Israel has fought back, because the anti-Semitism started on October 7th. The very night of the attack, Students for Justice in Palestine, which has over 200 campuses on which it's present, and many of its strongest campuses are actually Ivy League schools, they issued a statement that night that this attack is entirely Israel's fault. The following day, the Democratic Socialists for America organized an anti-Israel demonstration on October 8th. Could you imagine calling yourself Democratic Socialists and supporting Hamas? And then, of course, we know 34 student groups at Harvard also issued the same statement that this was all Israel's fault. So we see there has to be somebody out there speaking truth. Now, God willing, obviously I've not followed so carefully all of the BBYO history, but one thing I think we can be pretty confident of, a lot of the kids on campuses who are speaking up for Israel and leading support for Israel, a lot of them, I suspect, are people who went through BBYO. And one of the very sad things for many of us in the Jewish community is seeing that there are a fair number of Jews who are involved in such activities. There's an organization called Jewish Voices for Peace, which issued a statement also blaming Israel entirely for what happened on October 7th. So the future survival here, but it's going to go beyond that. What I want to say really is this. Jews have been very upset by the whole issue of assimilation, loss of Jews. And we spend a lot of time talking about it and about what we can do about it. But if we get people involved with that enthusiasm, I was struck by the fact that several of the BBYO alumni who spoke here tonight, they very much emphasized also the fun of being in BBYO, their enjoyment of it. People do not like to do things their whole life just out of a sense of obligation and commitment. But if that enthusiasm for Jewish life can be transmitted, and transmitted also through a religious involvement, because as Ruth said, Amech Ami, your people are my people, your God are my God, we're not going to be spending so much time in the future talking about the future viability and survival of Jewish life in America because we're going to be too busy flourishing. And that's what the spirit of BBYO and the spirit of Judaism and Jewish life can do for us. It'll fill our lives with meaning, and it'll also fill our lives with joy. Bless you on this. I grew up in Brooklyn where I didn't hear as much about BBYO, but I know from a number of visits to Omaha what a strong and positive impact it has had on this community. So now you're celebrating 100 years. Recommit yourselves to even strengthen it even more in the next 100 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi Telushkin. So I will be brief with my own remarks. I want to touch on a few specific points. First, congratulations to Terry Zachariah and Mike Siegel for being honored as this year's Phil and Terry Schrager Spirit of Federation Award winners. Thank you both so much for all that you have done and continue to do for our community. Terry and Mike will be recognized at our annual campaign kickoff event on September 22nd. And as Rachel mentioned earlier, you will receive a save the date for that event when you leave tonight. So please mark your calendars for September 22nd and plan to attend. I want to welcome our newest JFO board members, Mike Abramson, Joe Eidelman, Lisa Lukoff, and Joe Fisher, who are at-large members. Stacy Rockman joins the board as the president of the foundation. Shana Ray as chair of Jewish Family Service. David Finkelstein joins as chair of the Jewish Press. Seth Schuchman joins as the chair of the Nebraska Jewish Historical Society. Toba Cohen-Dunning joins as the chair of the Jewish Community Relations Council. Thank you all for taking on these important leadership roles. We can be proud of all that we have accomplished this year, including, of course, the opening of the Kleinberg Heritage Center, the Alan J. Levine Athletic Facility, aka the pickleball courts, the restructuring of Jewish Family Service to better meet today's communal needs, the ongoing renovation at the Rose Blumkin Jewish Home, and our Enhancing Quality of Life campaign to expand the home to transition the rooms to single occupancy, and the incredibly valuable dollars that we raised to support emergency needs in Israel. We have so much happening and so much to be thankful for, and we only do it when we work together. I want to mention quickly organizational goals that we've established for our campus and agencies, and then touch on 4 pillars of a longer-term vision of success. Our internal organizational goals for this year are 1, to build operational excellence through technology improvements, streamlining our management structure, and improving our processes. 2, increasing the buying power of the annual campaign by continuing to grow long-term giving, diversifying our revenue streams, and operating efficiently. And 3, improving engagement through strengthening our collaborative culture. These goals, building operational excellence, increasing the buying power of the annual campaign, and improving engagement, are built into each of our agency directors' goals for this year. We are one organization with multiple agencies working every single day to care for and about one another. My longer-term vision for success for our Jewish community includes these 4 pillars. 1, growing dollars in the foundation so that 1/3 of our annual campaign is funded by endowed gifts. Endowments that provide unrestricted dollars allow our board the flexibility to meet changing needs as they happen. 2, lowering the barrier for entry for young Jewish families. It's no surprise that living Jewishly is expensive. We have members of our community who are not as actively engaged as they could be if we could bring them into our ecosystem. For some, cost is prohibitive. So I would like to ensure that all young Jewish children can go to the Penny Z. Davis Early Learning Center for preschool, and that the family can take advantage of all the benefits of being active on this campus and in our Jewish community, because we all benefit from greater participation. 3, inspiring and elevating Jewish literacy. We are the people of the book, and Judaism provides us with incredible tools to lead a healthy and productive life. Investing time in expanding our own Jewish literacy will make for a stronger Jewish community. And the 4th pillar is continuing to build on our culture of collaboration and camaraderie. I am convinced that one of our key strengths is that we like each other and we get along. Doesn't mean that we agree on all things. It means that we appreciate each other and we find value in each other. We must continue to invest in strengthening this collaborative culture that makes a positive contribution to the overall health and well-being of Jewish Omaha. Now I want to spend just a minute talking about what BBYO means to me. As I said earlier, I am a proud alum of the Mother Chapter AZ number 1, as is my brother and as is my dad. And as Rich Rosenblatt said in the video at the beginning of the program, BBYO has given me lifelong friends that I love dearly and that I count on. We are brothers. BBYO has been a wonderful gift to many of us and an invaluable investment in community building. I've often wondered, what is the special sauce that makes Omaha unique and special? And I've come to believe that being the place where BBYO was born and the relationships that are built during our high school years is key to our strong connection to each other, to Jewish Omaha, to the Jewish world, and it is a huge part of our pride of this place, of our ownership, of our sense of responsibility, and of our desire to give back so that it remains strong for the future. We are so blessed, and being the place where BBYO was born is certainly one of those blessings. It is now my honor to introduce our final award of the evening. The Humanitarian of the Year Award was first presented in 1979, and since then, this award has honored many of the individuals and families who have inspired our Jewish community to excel. Wander down the hall after tonight's program, that way, and read the impressive list of names on the award plaque, and appreciate the dedication and inspiration that each of the honorees has given to this community and for the lasting impact of their efforts. This year, I am very, very happy to present the Humanitarian of the Year Award to the Goldstein family. Including Donald and Andy, Gail, and Kathy. This is particularly special because Shirley Goldstein of blessed memory was honored as our Humanitarian of the Year in 1982, and Buddy Goldstein of blessed memory was honored with the same award in 2010. And tonight we honor Donald and Andy, Kathy and Gail. It is a testament to family values, to the importance of modeling behavior, and to the generations of generosity who have built and sustained all that we cherish in Jewish Omaha. Donald and Andy, Kathy and Gail, thank you for all that you do to uplift and to educate our community. Mazel tov on this well-deserved honor. Please come on up.
Good evening. On behalf of Andy, Gail, and Kathy, I thank the Federation for this meaningful award. Meaningful, not only because Buddy and Shirley have received this recognition, but also because we joined previous award recipients, an outstanding group of individuals and families who have helped make Jewish Omaha such a wonderful place. Gail, Kathy, and I are lucky. we have strong Omaha roots. Our grandparents came from 4 different countries, met in Omaha, and started their families. They were involved in building synagogues, resettling immigrants, and selling Israel bonds. Our parents were members of the greatest generation. Dad served in World War II. Mom worked at the Martin Bomber Plant in Bellevue. We grew up in Bagel and went to Central High. Our folks were very active in the Jewish community. Dad was president of the Federation in the early 1970s. Shirley did her own thing. Got involved in the Soviet Jewry movement, traveled to Moscow several times, and stirred up enough trouble that the Soviet government invited her never to come back. Andy, too, had parents who were role models by volunteering in local and national Jewish and civic organizations. It's no coincidence that Andy complements the Goldstein family so well. Gail, Kathy, Andy, and I are all big Omaha advocates. Omaha has been good to us, and we want to reciprocate. A couple of things about my sisters. Neither lives here. And yet they are strong supporters of their hometown. They want to see Omaha do well. They have partnered to help the JCC become the wonderful place that it is. They are active members of our supporting foundation, which has funded almost $3 million in grants since its inception. Although growing up right down the street from UNO, neither enrolled there, but they have helped transform the university into something they could not have imagined. They have not only made pledges to Omaha's life and legacy, but have prepaid a large part of their commitments. They are good examples of former Omahans appreciating their past and helping to guarantee Jewish Omaha's future. Andy and I love our community. We have the time and the opportunity to engage in the organizations and projects that mean so much to us. I learned to swim at the old 20th Street J, and am now enjoying swimming my laps in one of the nicest facilities around. Andy and I cherish our participation in helping make the Samuel Bach Museum a reality, and enjoy seeing the busloads of students taking part in museum activities. We enjoy being able to sponsor interesting programs at Bethel and learn more about contemporary Jewish topics. We value the importance of our Jewish Federation of Omaha Foundation in setting up funds to ensure the future of our local Federation agencies, and are very pleased that Rabbi Telushkin's visit to Omaha is partially funded by the Ann Goldstein Education Programming Endowment Fund. A wise local investor said, "Someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree long ago." Our ancestors planted a lot of trees. We hope to do the same. Thank you again for this award.
Okay, we're almost done. Congratulations to all of tonight's honorees, and thank you for all that you do. To our staff and our community, thank you for another incredibly impactful year. This concludes tonight's program. Thank you so much.